Doug, you had some drama. You had 2 drama this episode.
We can end this on some juicy ass drama.
Yeah, let me hear this drama.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know what this topic is.
I have got juicy drama in the world. Dun dun. Of HR SaaS companies.
This is not juicy drama.
This is juicy. This is juicy. Guys, buckle in.
HR software as a service.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
like Adobe subscriptions?
No, like they help with payroll.
Like, yeah, it's like you get
Wait,
payroll.
he's actually got me hooked.
Okay, all right. Aiden's
He's actually got me hooked.
Put on your earbuds.
I have to browse that shit.
Aiden's going to know about all the HR drama, and you're not,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
You're going to wonder.
I'm
And we're going
actually-
to talk
sir.
about it.
my left out.
Sign
I'm
me
the
up.
monkey in the middle.
What did Gusto do this time?
Okay. All right. This is all, I swear this is all real. I'm not exaggerating. Okay. There's a bunch of HR companies. You got Workday, right? Everybody loves Workday. They all hate it. But
They hate it.
Any major company has some sort of HR software. It helps with like employees and contracting and payroll and all this other stuff, right? All this like not very fun stuff, but there's a huge business.
Okay.
The 2 of the newer players are Rippling and Deel. Deel spelled D-E-E, or sorry, D-E-E-L. So Deel. So these 2, they're both growing really rapidly. They kind of specialize a little bit in one thing versus the other, but for the most part, it's like, here's all the HR tools you need for your business. They're evaluated most recently, this is like 2 years ago, at 12 billion and 13 billion. They're like neck and neck.
Okay.
And they're like ultra competitive.
Okay.
Okay. And so you might think, yeah, who cares? That's not very interesting. They start beefing, okay? They start to like pretty aggressively pursue each other's customers, right? Because they go for businesses, you know? And so they're like, they go, Nike is, I think, with Deel. So Rippling goes, is like, hey, we should come over to Rippling. We have a better business, all this stuff. And so at some point recently, Deel, and I have it up here. Oh,
Okay.
we'll accept all the cookies. Deel, the one of the 2 services, they post something called Deel versus Rippling.
This is on their website?
This is on their website. And
Oh, so direct.
This is kind of raw.
Right,
It's like
right,
if you
right.
went to Coke's website and it was just
like-
Coke versus
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Them pouring a Pepsi in the trash.
Yeah, that'd be
Guys, trust me, this
Okay.
is the least dramatic
Okay,
it gets.
okay,
Okay,
okay. I'm
so
excited,
this
I'm
is
excited.
the start. Deel, the HR company, posts Deel versus Rippling. And they're like, we have all these entities, integrations, payment methods. Get started. Here's the companies. Deel is rated higher than Rippling in 74% of the shared markets. It's just this straight up, hey, here's
like,
a
you
comparison.
suck, we're great.
This is so funny. It's like the comparing product graph.
It's a comparing of like their 2 subscriptions, except it's their company checking every box and Rippling failing over and over and over. It's like automate IT operations, X. No,
It's
they
kind
can't
of
do
like a Mark Rober video, though, right?
yeah, right.
Set up to.
All right,
What
so
does that
so
do?
Deel
See,
throws out a punch, right? And so Rippling strikes back. How do you think Rippling would reply? You might think they'll make their own page. No. What Rippling did is they introduce a snake game. And so they make an actual game of Snake where you move around and you have to get little items, right? And they say, don't buy snake oil. Deel claims to be the one-stop solution for your global payroll needs, but their customers pay the price. Play this game to find out the difference. And then as you play this Snake game,
Okay.
I don't know if I can play it on this iPad here, but it shows a claim. Oh, I can. It shows a claim from Deel. And then when you go and you get it, it shows you the actual thing that they said. Deel's marketing claim, pay anyone, anywhere in minutes. Reality can take days to run global payroll.
That's brutal. Beef.
As you play the Snake game, each one unlocks a letter for the word mislead. At one point, somebody from Rippling posts a screenshot. One of the executives from Deel played the game and sent in feedback, which is suck a dick with a big dick ASCII art. So they're now full on beefing. They were always competitors in the market. Now they're just
that's-
full on
That's
making these
real.
insane things.
This is the Kendrick versus Drake of like
Of payroll services?
Of payroll
Yeah,
services.
except they're both.
Of guys wearing a Patagonia vest and they're
This is awesome.
Yeah, so it's getting pretty intense, right? And you're like, all right, this is funny. And then on Monday, 2 days ago, the CEO of Rippling releases a tweet, and he says, today, Rippling sued Deel. Our lawsuit alleges that Deel cultivated a spy at Rippling
shit.
and orchestrated a long-running trade secret theft. Okay, so let me break down what exactly goes on in this very detailed lawsuit where they break down what happened. They, turns out, at Rippling, use Slack, and they have logs for everything somebody does on Slack, including which channels they search for and look at. And they find out that there's they think, a spy and a new employee who
Holy
keeps
shit.
searching in Slack for Deel stuff. So he joins Rippling and he just starts searching in every single channel for anything related to Deel and any customers that Deel has, and searching for like customers that Rippling is trying to get from Deel.
So he could leak,
he could
the
leak
info
it, right?
back and they can stop.
And so they're like, we think we have a spy. This employee, it has nothing to do with his job, but he keeps looking into what Deel is doing. Okay, so they're like, we want to see if this guy is actually a spy. And so they honeypot him and they make a fake Slack channel called it's like D Defectors. Yeah, D Defectors. They make a new Slack channel that didn't exist, and they send a letter to Deel's chairman, CFO, and general counsel that says, hey guys, just so you know, Deel, us at Rippling, we have a new Slack channel where we talk about all the stuff we have on you. And if you ever mess with us again, we're going to release all of it. Literally just honeypot. Make this up, right? Within 4 hours, the alleged spy is now searching for this new channel, which was made specifically for this. So the honeypot works. This guy who is maybe a spy immediately starts searching for this new channel that has not existed a day before. And it's all made up. Okay. It gets better. They go to the High Court of Ireland and they get a court order that they're going to go take his phone. They show up to his desk with a court examiner, like a court-appointed person who is legally authorized to detain this guy. And he runs into the bathroom and locks the door and tries to flush the phone down the toilet.
Dude, holy.
So the guy is banging on the door saying, you are violating court orders. You have to come out right now. He refuses to respond. After a while, he finally comes out, and you can see here the quote. He says, if you take another step, you're violating court order again. And he says, I'm willing to take that risk. And then he flees the premises.
That's crazy.
So the spy got away. And he took his phone with him. So they didn't get the phone. They even, in the lawsuit, they're like, we looked through our plumbing system and did not find a phone. So they went and looked for it. Okay, so this is insane. I told you, the most dramatic thing. And the response from Deel is
crazy.
Right. This is HR companies. And so Deel's response so far, this is 2 days ago, said weeks after, okay, so they try to go back on the offensive. And this is basically the end, but weeks after Rippling is accused of violating sanctions laws in Russia and seeding falsehoods about Deel, Rippling is trying to shift the narrative away. We deny all legal wrongdoing. And so they're like, oh yeah, Rippling? Well, you guys are selling to the Russians. And then it follows up in one of the articles. However, Deel itself has also been accused of violating sanctions against Russia, according to a lawsuit filed in Florida earlier this year. So both of them are accused of violating sanctions in Russia, which they're using to distract from the spy, which has been stealing trade secrets from Rippling. It is insane.
It is 50 times funnier than its HR software as a service.
It's the most boring industry with the most scandalous shit going on. Oh,
Maybe
That's fucking awesome.
shouldn't have made fun of Gusto before this. They're doing fine.
They've got
They're
Hitman.
doing fine. Who do you think blew up Nord Stream?
Deel, probably.
the Deel spy.
Probably to cover up a different thing.
God, I can't wait to follow up. Is the spy
Dude,
going to
you
get
gotta
arrested?
follow-
Is he
I
on the
know.
lam? Like,
Dude,
is he
I gotta
running?
be honest with you.
That's
If
why I
you're
was
Deel and you hire a spy, this guy is the GOAT. This guy really didn't crack under pressure.
I know. He tried to flush his toilet and then ran away and said, I'm willing to go to jail for
That's
this.
wild.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was like, surely your job at the HR company is not worth all this. It just can't be.
Right.
Like,
How
you're
much
not-
is Deel paying him?
It's like you're not fighting for like the security of your countrymen. There's
There's real life spies who've cracked easier than this.
exactly. There's no like nationalism, like or security at stake or something. It's for payroll.
Men used to go to war. Now they fight for HR companies, right? We need something to galvanize our youth because they're just going to do this instead. They're going to scroll on their phones and they're going to go be a spy for Deel. The funniest thing about this to me is that they sent this letter, this honeypot letter to Deel's. It's
Dude,
like
the honeypot is brilliant. That's a smart.
The honeypot's insane. They sent this to only the top people at Deel. So this, one of the top people
This
at
is a senior person
at a $12 billion HR company is
a
personally
spy.
orchestrating a spy in their competitor and telling them, hey, we just got info about the D Defectors channel.
Go check
Get
out
us the
D
info.
Defectors.
Fucking crazy.
Oh,